In this video, we're going to look at some of the landmarks that we can find on our sphenoid bone, this kind of central wedge-shaped bone here. The first structure that we need to name are the optic canals. So the optic canals are located here and here, kind of above the saddle-shaped structure. Now, to help you visualize where these are running, I'm going to take my pointer and stick the wooden end through so we can see there where the tape is. That's marking the outlet of the optic canal. And if we turn it around and we look inside of the orbit of the eye, you can see that hole there that the wooden pointer is going through. That's our optic canal. So if I pull it out, you can see right there it is. The optic canal is what allows the optic nerves to come from the eyes and travel back to meet the brain. The second structure, if we look just below our optic canals, we see this saddle-shaped structure. This is called the Cela Turcica. And if we turn it from the side, you can kind of see how it's saddle-shaped. It kind of dips down and comes back up. Cela Turcica means Turkish saddle in Latin because early anatomists thought that this looked like a saddle that Turkish horse archers would use. If we look to the sides of our Cela Turcica, so we're going to use this as our central landmark, we can see these kind of big boomerang looking structures. I'm going to stick my pointer through it right there. So there we have this kind of boomerang right here. Now, if I look at where that's located, it's off to the side of my Cela Turcica. I'm going to turn the skull around so we can look inside of our orbit and notice how it's forming this upper portion of the boomerang inside the orbit of the eye. We refer to this structure as the superior orbital fissure because fissure means a long, narrow passageway. It's inside of our orbits and it's the top one. Now, if we look back inside of the skull, we again find our Cela Turcica, that's our landmark, and we look below our superior orbital fissure on each side, we can see this little round hole. There's one there, and there's the other little round hole. That little round hole is called the foramen rotundum. Rotundum means round, foramen means hole, so it's literally the round hole. This gives passage for one of our branches of the trigeminal nerve, a nerve that we'll talk about later when we get to our cranial nerves. The last structure that we're going to name on the sphenoid is this passageway here. Now, when we look at this passageway here, we can see it's a hole, so it's going to be a foramen. And notice its shape. See how it's kind of oval shaped? We're going to call this the foramen ovale. Literally means the oval hole. This gives passage to another branch of our trigeminal nerve.